Honestly, I think in a lot of ways I look at it from a personal lens and then a political lens. And so personally, I see all of these communities that we have in Denton that have a lot of grit and toughness and really care about their causes, really care about their community, and they do a really good job at manifesting that kind of familial relationship. And it manifests itself in a lot of different ways. There are whiskey clubs, you have Pride Denton, you have Decriminalized Denton, that's brought in its own community. You obviously have our musical talent and how close-knit of a community that is. So I see that we have all these community spaces, but I can't help but look at it from a political lens to see how things have changed in the past 20 years that I've been here, and how a lot of that has been ruined by the political nature of, and yeah, I mean, for me, you guessed it, our council. And so I don't even know where to start on it. An obvious example, like a few weeks ago with the Pride Proclamation at City Council. Regularly, Pride Denton has brought forward resolutions, and the mayor has always declared Pride Month. All of a sudden this year he doesn't want to. Wanted to be divisive about it, did not want to be inclusive towards our own community. And so, like, we see with this community, council has been disrespectful at best, gaslighting at worst. You can look at something like our music scene. 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, we had things like Oaktopia, 35 Denton, North by 35, and there were thousands and thousands of people that would come to the square, and we would have the most amazing musicians. A lot of local ones, but then we would also bring in the Mountain Goats. We'd bring in the Flaming Lips. We brought in, I think her name's Solange, which is Beyonce's sister, and we'd have all of this stuff. The city would help fund some of that, and that funding has dried up. People are building it themselves, and I never want to discount that because the people themselves are doing it, but the government or our council isn't helping. You look at the downtown square, you had Pascal and Andy's, and sure, we still have Pascal, but it's been bought out by Radical Hospitality that owns 4 other businesses on the square, and it's this big monopolized conglomerate that lacks culture and soaks up our economic resources and sometimes doesn't even work. But you look at J&J's that had their underground venue that was packed almost every single night. They couldn't afford to stay here. And so you have a lot of places that are closing down because the rent's too damn high. And so, like, you look at that kind of systemic failure and how we could have had more community brought in by tax resources that no one has access to because it's confusing and difficult. It's not that, it's not that the funding's not there, but that all of the bureaucracy and red tape makes it hard. I blame it, and then I'll stop talking. I blame it on the dysfunction on council. And I know that for some people that might really sound like a stretch, but it's not. You have such dysfunction on this council that if someone you don't like brings up an idea, you just vote against it. You just don't do it. And it goes both ways. Not a single person up there has not been guilty of that. You're voting against boards and commission nominees just out of political retribution because you don't like them. Like, that stuff matters because it impacts the kind of financial decisions that we make, which ultimately do impact community. Again, that's how we can improve that stuff. It bums me out. And I'm trying to just draw this connection with the communities that we do have and the people that lead them. I just really wish that we had a council that supported that vision. It'd make it feel more like home. I feel like that was terrible.